Hello, Commander.
Of course, it crashes as I try to get in because.
There we go.
Games.
Join the specs.
When I go over to Britain and I find you, I'm gonna destroy that stupid gong. I swear to God.
That's just the notice that the Clopse has started. It's a little late notice.
I was gonna say you're like a whole single elimination round off.
Yeah, it's an automatic bell. I can't do anything.
Oh, okay. It's sentient. Good, good. Well, what do you reckon? How do you think this is going to happen? Because I think as long as Annihilator and P4wn4two can survive the Admiral General Qzipico like cheese for the first probably like 5 minutes, then they can win.
Qzipico, GG.
Whatever. But seriously though, like if the Realm kids can survive the probably first 10-15 minutes of the absolute cheddar that these guys are going to be dropping, then they should win. Because I think Annihilator and P4wn4two is stronger than in the long term.
Well, it's interesting because I used to watch a few of Annihilator's 1v1s, and he used to do some pretty cheesy stuff. But
are we going to see counter cheese? Is that what you're thinking?
AdmiralGeneral are the kings of cheese, so I reckon we're going to see cheese on cheese over here.
Cheese on cheese on cheese.
Cheese on cheese on cheese. That's our prediction, ladies and gentlemen. Hold us to that. On this planet. Whatever this one is.
Great introductory.
Well, and for some reason, I can't see the metal sites either. They're not.
Oh boy! Well, this will be good.
So I'm going to super quickly,
Quick.
refresh my game super duper quickly. Here we
Well,
go.
see, this is why we should have used my stream, but no, we use yours. Okay, see, I've got all my metal spots. I'm in the game. Nothing's crashed yet.
I think I know what the issue was. I think it's because I disabled the UI in the last game and the game just
Oh,
got
yeah, that's probably
confused.
it. It seems to do that. This isn't. I mean, this is an interesting map. I kind of like this. Like, it almost. It makes naval sort of viable because bases are right next to the water, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of like Thalmanus with the Skull Island, but at the same time, there's still no. This is going to be like air, docks, and naval. I don't see tanks being used at all in this map. There's just not enough metal like between the two bases.
I mean, vehicles aren't great when used in combination with naval, simply because the naval will shred through them in no time at all. But I'm finally in!
Well, I mean, like, if there was more metal in between it, like, on Thalmanus, how, like, you can go around you can avoid the naval and follow the metal trail towards your opponent's base, like, you can do that usually with tanks on, well, at least Thalmanus, but on a map like this, there's just not enough really connecting them. Yes, there's enough space to kind of hide yourself from the naval, but there's just not enough, this is gonna be... It's gonna be a low pseudo-eco game. Oh! But those spawns, though.
Very interesting spawns. So as they do spawn in. Semi-finals, I think, of
That was...
the 2v2.
Yeah, semi-finals.
Pink team on the bottom. P4wn4two and TehAnnihiliater spawning either side on the land. Interesting. Double bots following up into air on both sides, maybe? No, Annihilator has gone for triple bot spawn. Very, very curious.
It begins.
Meanwhile, on the North Pole, however, if we zoom up there, we can see Yellow opting to spawn with one commander in the water, and an air factory, and a bot factory from the other commander. So, I'm guessing that we're going to see some combat fab, proxy telestrats.
Tree economy, best economy.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily that alone, but combat fab with Pelican.
Oh
Perhaps.
yeah, that's yeah. And then placing some mines on the metal extractors.
We
Oh,
could see,
oh
yeah,
goodness,
there's
the
combat
cheddar!
fab coming out already. So could see a couple of good early wins coming up here. We've got a single lone Dox heading his way towards a couple of unsuspecting fabricators. Will
But
he
here's
get
the
these
thing.
2 early win kills?
But wait, because look, the docks can't shoot because of trees.
Well, as soon as the fabricators run out,
He could. I mean, honestly, these combat fabbers could have just reclaimed.
combat fab-
Oh! Reclaim him! Reclaim
the
him!
mines. Whoa!
Reclaim it! Yeah.
The micro.
Like trees are the best thing that ever came to exist in Planetary Annihilation because units can't shoot through them. So, seriously, like, those those fabbers could have probably just reclaimed the docks before it killed them.
Probably, yeah.
In all honesty, and like that's why I was like,
it's better in terms of vehicle fabbers though. Bot fabbers
oh yeah,
tend to
definitely
not survive as long.
I was really hoping that the swag mine would have connected, but still, the reclaim was still pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Qzipico and AdmiralGeneral's though economy being the first to dip between the two teams. Some piranhas actually making their way downtown through the river, going to be showing up in the well, I guess in between the two pink little villages right now.
It's a nice
bomber.
bit of scouting from the Firefly there. Got a nice vision.
Oh, the bomber has a dream! Oh, he gets them both!
That's a pretty good win. Although Pink have invested quite heavily in fabricators, I'm not gonna lie.
Another
There's 3
fabber
fabbers.
lost. Whoa.
Yeah. Like, they've invested a lot in fabricators, actually. The
Well,
Pink team.
C-Doc's doing a pretty good job right now.
6, yeah. I mean, Yellow need to start bringing in the hummingbirds to assist that.
C-Doc's shooting at the commander.
Yeah.
Actually doing
piranhas
well, not
there.
too much, never mind.
I mean, they're pretty good at dodging the bombs, to be honest. I mean,
So, yeah, someone's sitting there microing
submarine.
those piranhas really hard.
The Barracuda came out though just in time before the piranhas became too much of a nuisance. Having looked back around the top though, there is that army of docks you just pinged there. Not convinced as to how much they're really going to do because by the time they approach there, that turret will be up.
Oh, got a Firefly, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the biggest win in the world, but there are bombers now to defend, and unless Pink start to send over some hummingbirds to support that docks army, it's not going to do a huge amount of damage. But I mean, overall, in terms of long-term strategy here, I think an early T2 is certainly viable, given the amount of mechs and distance there is between the base. I think if you're going to go T2, you'd want T2 naval and or T2 bots here.
Yes, I would agree with you on that one. Just a quick thing though. Yellow hasn't expanded at all on this kind of like island. They've been really focusing on the other side. I mean, literally to the point where Pink is now knocking on their front door. Like that's kind of a big deal. There's a lot of like really close mechs that they really should just be capturing. I mean, the economy is almost identical, and actually Yellow keeps hopping up occasionally just because of the combat fabbers. But you know, like 3 extra, 4 extra, 5 extra little metal extractors. You know, more money, more power. So.
It is a good game, this one, and it's very even indeed. Using the tree economy is always an asset, and there is so much there, and it allows you to be able to put in maybe that extra
burning.
That's the disadvantage of an Uber cannon.
I was gonna say, like, I don't forget the map, but one of the biggest, like, most meta things to do was to set your opponent's tree economy on fire, just because then they couldn't use it, and you would have, you know, more trees to use. It's stupid, but it's meta. So that means it was a good idea.
Well, we can see the cheese strats coming out here with the turret creep.
I mean, I like this idea. These like 4 fabbers just kind of working their way up because I mean 4 free metal extractors now, but at the same time, I mean we're seeing it basically on the just on the little sand dune over there where the hummingbirds were coming from. Same sort of situation. Oh, hang on, but the bomber going in.
The bombers.
He has a dream. Oh, but he dies.
2 fabbers there though, only just surviving, but that's important because they've now got the middle ground there. They've got that 4mex location, and as soon as they start to consolidate that with factories and actual metal points, that's going to be a pretty solid position for them to have. It's a sort of choke point there. It's nicely sort of concealed, and it's not too far away from the pink base, so it provides them effectively with a nice proxy there. But we did see some T2 naval finally coming out from the yellow team there. I suspect we'll probably see kaijus. I think that's the most logical.
Kaijus would be a fantastic choice, definitely. I mean, if you really want to get sassy, you could even maybe throw a Leviathan, because the ports, these little like port ranges, I mean, it's probably not enough to get in range to anything important, but I mean, if you just, you know, work your way down, some serious damage that can be put out by those Leviathans. Bombers, though.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the overall investment in naval from Yellow, and they currently only have just 1 regular naval factory and a T2 one. And typically, if you're going to invest in Leviathans, you want to be able to keep them alive. And with their current naval production, they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to do that. So, I mean, it makes logical sense for them to put their their T2 where they can support it, and that is on the land right now. So.
Oh yeah, no, definitely Kaijus are definitely the right choice. I would just a suggestion. I mean, tier 2 Fabbers would also be tier 2 naval Fabbers. I mean, they've got also. I mean, if you look at
push down the canals.
Yeah, they have quite a bit of their metal in the water as well.
Fabbers coming out now. This commander on this side though, like these two on this side really haven't been fighting as much as they have on the other side. I am liking the air game though from the pink team. TehAnnihiliator and P4wn4two. I do find that TehAnnihiliator and P4wn4two get stronger the longer the game goes on, and Qzipico&AdmiralGeneral tend to trail off just a little bit.
I mean, I called it early game, but you never listened to me, Marshall. Why do you never listen?
I don't think it was a case of not listening.
I told you it was. They're very early on the regressive cheese strats, and then if Annihilator and P4wn4two can survive to the like 10-minute mark, which we're about to come to, they're gonna just run away with it because they are the long-term better players. But no.
Having said that, Yellow's economy is in pole position right now because of the tree economy.
Don't tell them. Tier 2 bots. I mean, this is very exposed. Just by the way.
Where did you ping? There you pinged. Aha! That's an interesting place for the T2. I was expecting it to go on the other side, to be honest.
I mean, if it's slammers, they can literally just kind of walk across the pond. That is a bit of a travel distance, though. I do agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's great that they're rushing this up, and I think they really need to get this up because, especially now that Yellow has T2, and actually they're going off with the Leviathans there. They're not going with Kaiju, so obviously they do intend to start supporting those. I mean, they're getting
lots
up
of air
a whole
coming
bunch
out.
of air factories. Yeah, they need to contest the air game, and they know they're doing that. I don't think they're going to bother investing in storms, but they might do.
Oh, they don't. I mean, storms would be. I don't think storms would be the right choice because that would imply that they're going to go tier 2 vehicles.
Exactly, and they already have T2 naval, and as soon as they realise that T2 bots are on the doors, you know, I think they're gonna try and win back the air game. That'll secure them against T2 bots, and that'll also help them support their naval. So that's their sort of medium-term strats right now.
These tanks, though, gonna start kind of being in a little bit of an awkward position. They do have enough tanks to kind of kill off this Docks army. Their air game is on point though. So hopefully Yellow can get enough air fabbers out. Tier 2 naval does come out for the Yellow team though, and they need a little bit of tier 2 energy first. I don't think metal was really the biggest necessity.
Yeah, they do need a bit of wow. Interesting to see a Stingray.
Oh, well. No, this is to protect the Leviathan.
From the air, certainly.
Yeah, that's yeah, and then they just kind of walk it downtown and say hi to the pink base because I thought pink would be winning the late game, but they seem to be definitely on the back foot just off of pure productivity.
That is one aspect of it, but they don't seem to have any concrete strats right now. They just seem to be sort of doing stuff. I mean,
is this
the
pink or
only
yellow?
significant pink. The only significant development is the T2 bots, and they are starting to produce slammers like no tomorrow. They're assisting those things out. Wow, they are investing in those slammers.
Oh, I mean, Sparks with slammers. Like, you want to talk about an anti-Docks force? Like, that is your combo. Besides getting bombers to support, that's pretty much all you need.
They just need to be able to push up at this point.
The Air Force of Yellow has. It's not as strong as pink, but it's definitely turning into a nice. Yeah, it's getting there. So pink needs to be careful. They lose their Air Force, and I think that's gonna definitely start kind of putting a nail in the coffin for them because I don't think that's really their trump card right now is that Air Force.
Yeah, I think they're banking on that. But they're not doing anything significant with that Air Force right now. They're just sort of leaving it on the sidelines.
Bombers in the Docks lines though.
Snap. Air Force just traded. Pink just mopped that up completely.
Oh, that's ugly.
I mean, if we do count the air factories right now, I mean, just sort of roughly, you got 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, T2 vehicles. You see?
What?
You see?
Ah! What is this? What is this? Where's the meta?
Levelers will deal with the slammers pretty nicely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The storms will deal with the air force, and the shellers will deal with the base.
But Marshall, I mean, they can get a teleporter, but the tier 2 is on the wrong island. Your tier 2 is in a different castle because I mean they're gonna have to get a teleporter if they ever want to send the levelers over to take care of the slammers. Which, I mean, that's not too much, but then it's just more metal and more energy that they have to waste. So, you know, I'm not saying it was a bad placement choice. I just, maybe, you know, different one might have been a little bit better. These Stingrays are not moving with the Leviathans. There's one sitting in the base right now. Some Kaiju's coming out, though, which is really nice to see out of yellow. And I think, forget your tier 2 vehicles. I mean, that's going to take care of everything. The air forces are just chasing each other around. Some bombers finally back out for pink, which is nice to see. I noticed that they only had maybe 1 or 2 in their air force when they started to trade it out. So, good to see that they finally rebuilt it. Oh, but these mines. Oh, but Batman, these mines. They are going to... The slammers! Oh, goodness! They're all gone. And that was the last time we ever saw Sammy the Slammer.
Well,
Rip.
Slammers are coming out continually. They have got the T2 bots there as well, producing their eco, so they're going to be able to get back into that game. But look at the efficiencies of both teams.
Oh, lordy.
It's not looking good. But Pink are doing some little annoying raidings. They've taken down a few mechs on the side there with just small groups of dogs, and every little bit counts. You know, we've got a couple of tanks.
Oh,
here
but running your air force into the
those.
anti-air, that's not what you do, Marshall.
No, it's
Pink's,
not.
oh my goodness. I mean, it's a good trade for the stuff, but they lost a ton of hummingbirds and all of their bombers.
They weren't investing super heavily in bombers, so that's not a big loss for them. But importantly, they did see the T2 naval. They've seen the air production. They've seen the air production there, and they've seen the lack of T1.
Huge
maybe.
docks push. I mean, it's gonna nibble. If they can hide these docks behind the tier 2 factory, they can kill it. The wall blocking is.
The slammers aren't gonna quite deal with that. Maybe.
Oh, they're getting inside the energy. Oh, this is big.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
Whoa! This is.
They didn't kill off that T2 Fabra, and that's pretty important because now he can sort of cement his defense. A few bombers can be scrambled, and that'll be dealt with pretty swiftly.
These docks, though, I mean, like they're just being a nuisance, but they're gonna get a tier 2 energy plant. That's expensive. Oh, there goes the bombing run, but they still get it. Oh, the dream.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. They're
still alive. The docks. They're getting out. Oh no! Finish the radar. Get the radar. Oh, docks, please.
The next big thing, though, the Kaiju's coming in, and that's the next.
Oh, that's going to be an ugly counter trade.
To deal with. They're actually looking around though. Pink are beginning to take back a bit of map control. There's a teleporter up on the other continent there, so that'll help them push out with their slammers. They just need to get some AA to support those slammers. Currently, there's still none. They have got a skitter there though to be able to deal with the landmines.
Oh, they learned fast. I tell you what.
Yeah. Well,
3 bombers.
Ubers, yeah.
Oh, that's so painful.
Oh, there's the ping from Pink saying, "Oh, I'm gonna area patrol those."
Quick, save! The slammers actually area patrol just to try and spread out quicker. Oh, here comes the Air Force.
Hummingbirds. Oh dear.
Oh, the trades though.
Well, some slammers survived at least.
I mean, 5 slammers is still enough to push in. I mean, they have the Air Force now to protect it. The skitter is still alive, so they can push safely.
Thing is, though, this army from yellow over here is starting to look mighty dangerous, especially with those Kaijus.
Oh, gee, that is a base killing push. I mean,
there's a lot of spinners in there. That'll deal with the air.
Put the Kaijus in the front. They kill the levelers. Yeah, there's nothing to really stop this besides getting bombers. But like you said, spinners, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah, there's enough spinners there to deal with the bombers.
Oh, but docks in the back.
Don't need to bother with the storms.
Oh, never mind, they stopped. Sorry, ignore that ping.
I mean, it just looks as though Pink aren't making pushes and
yeah, they seem to have kind of like just exhausted themselves.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much strategizing going on. It's just a case of I suppose we should build more stuff.
Communication.
Maybe. Well,
that being said, though, just by the way, Pink have completely taken this like naval passage.
Oh yeah.
They have complete control over that, which is, I mean, they're not, they might be tired, but they're not dead just yet.
Oh, certainly, yeah. I mean, losing the land is only one thing, but they haven't even lost that yet because Yellow haven't decided to push out. So Pink still have a window where they can really turn things around for themselves on the land. But pushing in on the naval is going to do a fair bit of damage.
That's going to scare. Oh, but Marshall, it's happening. Yeah,
Locusts and a commander put?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Where's
legit.
he going? He's moving up onto the platform by the look of
He
it.
ain't scared of no slammers. He ain't scared.
I'm very confused.
I mean, it's
by
a
that.
stupid decision, I tell you what. But
I am so very confused by that. But the land army is pushing
Misclick.
out on the other side now as well. Oh my goodness! Here come the kaijus. They're pushing out.
these kaijus need vision.
It's
And
fine.
they have.
There's some skitters in that army, so they'll get vision there. Plus the. support.
I think they needed some sort of radar or something, because I think those kaijus, if I mean all that pink has to do is literally just bum rush them. They have plenty of docks to just try and insta-give the 3 kaijus they have.
Yeah,
but
rush with an army of vehicles. That's not going to do anything.
hey, they've got docks. Don't judge.
Yeah, docks versus.
Not all
docks.
armies are tanks.
Yeah. Well, this one locust though.
Oh
did
lord.
some- was trying to duck.
I
away.
heard it nibbling. I didn't see it.
It killed off one mechs. That's about it.
Worth.
Yeah.
Well, they're only worth what, like
Those
75 metal?
kaijus, though.
Oh, here we go. So the pink army's gonna retaliate. The kaiju's trying to kite. Here come the
In
bombers.
the air, and they're gonna see
Spinners!
Yeah. And they just got chewed to oblivion.
I mean,
No
pretty
bombers
good
in
bombing
there,
run for what it
folks.
was worth. I mean, it was basically just a commit Sudoku kind of run. So for what it was worth, it was okay. It was pretty meh. Oh, skitters! If they kill those forward skitters, there's gonna be nothing to stop the mines from doing their job. Here comes the engagement. Oh, what was that about tanks being able to charge an army, Marshal? Because guess what? They're doing it. Leviathans.
That's not a case of them
they're doing
charging
it.
the army. That's a case of yellow not kiting. Yellow had the opportunity.
Levelers!
They just weren't. They weren't doing it, and yeah, their levelers have got in range, and they've wrecked that army completely. Wow, they've turned that around, and they can now actually push in and do some damage here.
Yeah. So that's what happens when you have a gun and your opponent's got a sword. The sword gets faster than the gun.
Well, there are counter levelers coming around the mountains. They are
Yeah, there's plenty of
around.
defensive
They
units.
go. Yeah. They missed a potential opportunity there, but there are still many more later on in the game. The
Oh.
air game, though, has become one-sided.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a
have
fair trade for
managed to
yellow.
fight it back. Yeah. Easy trade there for yellow. And with the air production they have, that has really turned the mobility for them around, and they can now actually start making those pushes because they say, well, we're not afraid of bombers anymore. We don't need the spinners. We can
Who needs
turn those
bombers when you
all
have
into-
landmines, though, Marshal? It's gonna happen.
Oh dear.
Oh,
the
no!
mines.
Oh, they ran the wrong way!
The mines!
That how mind gaming is that? You run one way, think you're safe to go the other, it blows up anyways, and then there's slammers.
Oh, that's a welcome wagon if ever there was one.
Ow, that hurt. That hurt. Oh, they're gonna do it again too. The air game, though, yeah, heavily in favor of yellow. That was the, I guess,
But the
it's come full circle, like you said.
yeah, the important thing about the air game though is now yellow don't need the spinners because they have the air
yes.
game, and so the spinners can all transfer into infernos or ants. Or
Locust. Locust and pink base. Yo, he's
Locust and
dancing.
pink base.
He's dancing.
Oh, snap.
Happy feet.
He's-
Oh, darn it.
The infantry was getting repaired from the other side though, but locusts, you
But-
know, if they move in packs of say 5, they could do a lot more damage. Currently, they're only going in 1 or 2 at a time, which isn't great. For
But if
them,
you think about it, look at oh, never mind. Pink's economy is leveled. I was gonna say yellow or pink was in the red for a bit, so having to repair that factory was pretty costly for them just in that situation. They're back to 100%, and actually they're only like they're almost like 100 metal ahead. They keep spiking, but that's probably because of the combat fabric reclaim. So free economy.
Right now, pink need to think of a way to crack the shell right now, and yellow's shell is pretty damn hard. They've got the air shell, they've got the T2 naval, but pink just need to sort of consolidate their forces. I think on this side they're just pushing out with 2 smaller force of slammers and no air support, so they're not really getting anywhere. Meanwhile, on the other side though, they're trying, but pink has just too much production on this side. Look at all those factories, that's insane. Plus they've got the pelters for defense now. Oh, the bombing run on the Fabbers.
Oh,
pretty nice ones there. The T2
Tier 2 Faber had a dream.
Oh,
He living, boys. He living.
he only just survived, but
8%
that's better
hype.
than dying. In comes
Oh,
the
that's not what you do,
again.
yellow.
Oh dear.
That
over
was
the
way too
spinners.
greedy.
That wasn't great, but the thing is, I think they do have better air production overall than Pink at this point. So it doesn't matter for them as long as they get all the air killed for Pink, then they can keep them at bay and they maintain the dominance in the skies. But this yellow push from this side now, though, this is going to be a pretty important push here because, well,
nah, too many turrets.
I think
Slammer's doing a pretty good kiting job too, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Wow, those slammers, man, they're gonna have like they're gonna have kill streaks ready for that stuff. Holy cow!
Yeah, I overestimated the number of slammers.
Oh, that one slammer shot just destroyed that poor tier 2 Fabber in the back. That was painful.
This is a really nice consolidated position from Yellow, though. They're just putting turrets up everywhere, and that's kind of what they need to do. They need to turret, artillery, and actually have a long-term strat. Right now, they're getting some Krakens out, which is going to be interesting to see how they deal with the Barracudas. An interesting choice to deal with Barracudas.
Well, I mean, since they can't use their Air Force, because, I mean, look at all those narwhals. That's, you know, it's basically, I mean, you have tier 1 subs, well, here's my tier 2. Fight me. Like, what are you going to do?
Krakens are quite an investment take on subs, because Krakens are quite squishy, so typically what I would have said against this force is you either torpedo creep, or you get up a whole bunch of Barracudas. And it seems as though they've gone for neither, so...
this is air fight going on right now.
Yeah.
Yellow just lost their entire Air Force again.
Again, it's not going to take long for them to recuperate their losses there. You see, they've already got, you know, a good number of forces coming back in. More pings coming off from Pink.
Big fight.
Slammers in the water. Big fight.
Oh yeah, levelers, shellers, pelters. I mean, the whole thing. But Pink doesn't. I mean, they have the units, but they're just running into a defensive position. There's literally pelters shooting them right now. Like you don't want to fight into an area with pelters. That's just a no-go zone, son.
I really am surprised that we haven't seen shellers start to factor into this army. They've got a lot of combat fabs there.
Those those combat fabs. Look at that heal game.
Units alive. Yeah, they are trying so hard to keep those units alive. Unfortunately, it looks as though they're focusing on ants rather than left.
Ants are heroes too.
Yeah, anyone can have a dream, but... Oh, Kaiju's coming in from Pink now. We didn't see that go up. There's the T2 naval from Pink times 2.
Oh, no, times 2. Oh, hot dog. That's pretty good. They haven't... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, one of the Pink combat fabbers valiantly put up a couple mines just like to stall the army, and just I guess there's a skitter hiding somewhere, and it didn't work.
Combat fabs can also see mines. Ghost.
Rip. Levelers inside the Pink base.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Now they're gonna take down that T2 vehicle factory.
Oh look, yeah, Pink even knows they're trying to rebuild it right now. Okay, 2 more Kaijus on the way for Pink, so they should be able to at least fight this off. The problem is there's some tier 2 combat. The Yellow is capturing Pink's natural expansion here. That's a sign. Oh, they actually just hit the cusp of 1K medals, so Pink now leading by almost usually 3, sometimes 400 medal. I mean, usually if it was like maybe a 10 to 15 medal difference, I would say, okay, it's no big deal, but 300, 400 medal, that's a lot of extra spare change you've got. I mean, and originally I was kind of getting mad at Yellow for just throwing away their bombers, but like you said, their productivity, it just doesn't matter at this point. They got money, and it's not a big... Combat fibers, yeah, oh, the poor puppies. Oh, they were like, you shall not pass, and then they got destroyed by the levelers.
Having those combat fabs there with the Kaiju though is going to be all right. Wow, that's a lot.
I like the idea, honestly.
Actually.
I like it.
I don't think they're going to do enough in terms of healing though. There's too many levelers there.
Rip the new tier 2.
Focus fire down. Oh snap! Yeah, that's not great. And they see the
commander exposed. There's a leveler in there.
Yeah, he's not going to die to this, surely.
Leveler has damage.
Where is the healing and where is the Uber cannon? There's the leveler coming out.
It's going to be close if they run into the mines.
Gonna die here?
Ooh, 5%, 5%. Hey!
Wow.
Yep. See. One leveler,
the
man.
T2 vehicle factory was not finished. That's going to decay. Oh snap! That was painful. Not only did the commander die, but that set them back big time. They need to start making their pushes, and this is kind of the thing we've seen with Pink the whole game. They haven't
They're playing reactionary.
made the plays. Yeah, exactly. And even then, they're not necessarily playing it fully efficiently reactionary, because if they would have done, they would have got some shellers by now, surely. Because that's how you deal with an entrenched position like this one in the middle of the land game here. Because how, you know, by the time the levelers get in range, they're in range of pelters, etc., etc., and defensive forces. And heck, look, even yellow are bringing out shellers now, saying, "Oh, just in case you have shellers, we have them too." And in addition, having shellers like that will be able to help them push even further, simply because they deal damage before they even get to the opponents there.
It's kind of weird to say this, but I'm sort of surprised we haven't seen nukes. Usually at like the 28, 25 minute mark, you'll have, you know, it's just like that thought. It's like, what if my opponent has nukes? Why am I not building nukes? And especially with pink playing so almost like passively, when I'm fighting a player like that, I would think, okay, so why are they playing so cautiously? Why are they playing so calmly? Like, do they have what's their trump card? What are they trying to do? Thankfully,
well, the thing is, if pink were to invest in a nuke here, that would
kind
of sap all their eco, and they need to try and survive for as long as they can and at least regain some map control, because they've been pushed back in every front bar the canals. And you know, investing in a nuke isn't gonna do too much for you. I mean, yeah, it may allow you to make a push, but you know, you really want to make a significant impact with a nuke.
Typhoon's going big though. Locusts on their way. No, I agree with you. I think if they wanted to start a nuke or something, you know, flashy like that to try and force the game, they probably should have started at about the 15-minute mark. And obviously, we've well past that position. But here come Locusts in pink base. It's about to get ugly.
There's going to be some locusts. There's going to be some numbing. Hopefully, we will see some numbing. But there's a huge number of turrets there. I think the best place for the locust to go is the naval.
Into the
they
sea.
Are choosing that, yeah, because they're not affected by
the scouting.
subs. Plus they.
Oh, kaiju. Oh, the tier 2 though. Oh, that's a big deal.
This is going to be the sealer here.
Everything tier 2 is gone. Where is your meta now?
Oh goodness! Take down the power as soon as they scout it. Here we go. Down
oh, well, they're floating on metal or energy, so it's no big deal.
Well, yeah, but still, they're also. I mean,
oh God! Where's their base? Where are you at? Where are you at?
It's been chewed up, quite literally, and
oh, it's okay. Here come the Hulkin shots, just in case. It's all good.
Yeah.
Well,
that
back down to 500.
Right there. I mean, going into the army tab now, look at the factory difference. 50 to 80.
Whoa.
That is not great. And, I mean, we've already said about, you know, yellow have the unit count 500 to 150, they have the eco, they have the production, they have the map
They're
control,
pushing into the base, simply put.
There's nothing left for pink to do here, and I think it's just a matter of time until yellow finish the game off.
Safe to say that Locust was the nail in the coffin, final nail.
Yeah. Well, I think it was the hammer to the nail. I think the nail was already placed.
Okay.
That's where I'm
telling you though, about that one leveler that destroyed that comm. I mean, levelers are vicious. If they get in range of the commander, they don't play around.
Yeah, no, they don't. No,
and there goes the rest of Pink's base. At this point, I think it's safe to say they might as well just call it. It's 387 to 877. I mean, that's a big deficit to come back. I mean, even bombers. Oh, they got their triple tier 2 though up.
Yeah, unless they can pull off a comm snipe here, which I don't think they can do.
They would have to pull off a double comm snipe.
Yeah, they have to do 2, but one of them is.
But quadruple naval marshal.
I don't think it's going to be enough, guys.
Oh no, it's not going to be enough. Are you kidding me?
I mean, I don't see what the strat is. I think it's too little, too late. I mean, yeah, Leviathans,
I think they're going to.
But
go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, because yeah, Leviathans, but at the end of the game, at the end of the day, rather, the commander.
At the end of the day, there's more locusts.
Well, there's locusts. Oh damn.
Oh wait. Oh, they didn't
Putting
juke
up
that.
The turrets. Here we go.
Oh no.
The turrets are up. The turrets are real.
Yeah, but all they have to do is go around the turrets, exactly, and then they can just sit here.
Nom.
Now all they have to do is just avoid the tier 3 turret. They have shellers here, which can do everything.
I mean, yeah, as I say, it's just a case of yellow mopping up and actually taking their time to finish this game.
I mean, it's a smart decision. Play it safe, especially when you're in the semifinals. I mean, you know, after a grueling previous game, I mean, you're probably a little bit exhausted after playing that, you know, best of one. Not even best of three. Oh, wait, no, it is best of three. Hot damn. Look at that.
Indeed.
Good, okay, good, because I was going to say, this has been, I mean, you can't deny it, this has been a good match. It started to trail off at the end there just because I think the players were starting to get into the systematic mentality.
The snowballs started rolling.
But, okay, good, so we are seeing another game from, at least, from the Annihilator, and P4wn4two.
Good. So I think it's fair that the first round wasn't best of three, because otherwise that would have just been painful.
You didn't want to see more Titans? Marshall, how could you? Oh, by the way, Typhoons are actually getting in range with Leviathans. You want to talk about a bad day. Look at the little missiles, though. Holy cow.
I'm pretty sure those are not Typhoons, Ghost.
Shh.
Those are Krakens.
They are in everyone else's mind. Besides Zubers. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, there we go. They finally actually focused down the torpedo launchers. No, there are still some.
There's more.
They can't really get close.
Where is their this last commander? Like, come on. Oh, look. Remember how I was talking about the placement of the tier 2 vehicles? Remember how I was talking about that? Oh, wait. It's happening.
Fine. They won that continent. So that's what the T2
Oh,
vehicles did for them.
Oh,
on that
wait,
continent.
Marshall.
What?
Not one. Not even two.
Where
Oh, lordy.
Are we seeing nuke spam? Oh my goodness. The Manhattans!
Oh,
The
yeah. Oh,
Manhattans!
not one. Not one, folks. Not two. But that's right. Three. Three for the price of three.
The Hootenmans.
One Hooten.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, this is... And see, the fun thing is they're also amphibious.
It's time.
Forget
to
your
face
continents.
the
Oh, this...
explosions. But there we are.
Well, I mean, I guess this is good old-fashioned karma. I mean, we saw a Manhattan drop in the last game. Now we're seeing 3 Manhattan runs.
Thing is, I just need to make sure the Manhattans don't trigger themselves.
Oh my goodness.
That's all we need to know now.
Yeah.
Like, yellow have the opportunities to go in here and stuff.
Well, see, the thing is, though, yellow needs to make sure that they don't accidentally force pink to kill themselves. Because, you know, if they push in too much, pink's going to just say, all right, that's it, GG, you know, we'll go into the best, you know, the next round. Not realizing that there's 3 Manhattans on their way. And, you know, these Krakens are getting kind of close. If they accidentally kill the commander, I mean, what a shame to actually win the game. But, yeah, these Krakens, here they come.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Oh, my goodness.
What a shame. You're going to have to win the game not getting 3 Manhattans done. They're halfway, too, which is the silly thing.
Yeah. Die the follows.
Oh, Locust in the sea.
Thank you very much.
Darkness for you and me. Oh, they're going through the turrets, though. That's not good.
That's not good at all. Nom 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 nom. Taking that
Delicioso.
the economies 1K to 200. It's not great.
Hey, the commander's still alive, all right? As long as he's alive, there's a spark of hope. He might be able to double comm box through an entire army and everything. He has a... The nuke might be a different story, but hey.
Yeah. Wait, there's an actual nuke launcher now rather than just the Manhattans, so...
Maybe they realize that Manhattans are slow? I don't know. Well, they could have just built an orbital and gone for the Titan. Oh, see? Called it. They shouldn't have pushed in. GGs do come out though, so at least, well, okay, no, okay, everyone GGs.
So on to the second game in the best of 3, assuming it is a best of 3. Oh, dearie me. So, that was a pretty interesting game. Going back through the chronocam though, like, where did pink start to trail off? I think they were doing pretty well early game. They held yellow back, but they lost the central ground and the overall economic advantage, and I don't think they pushed out on the naval fast enough. They had their sights set on it, but I don't think they pushed out fast enough, and I think the reason that is because they were having to be reactive to yellow on the land. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and I think the biggest thing was just yellow kept turret creeping. I mean, they kept just every time we would see them take a little spot, there'd be like an anti-air turret there, a radar, something there just to say, okay, yeah, sure, you lost the space, but it might just be mine now. And I mean, that was just, I don't think it was one moment where pink started to lose. I think it was just the consistency from yellow through the whole game.
Definitely, and they just managed to stay on curve and ramp up their production and their economy the whole game through, and I think that's really what sealed the deal there for them.
There were definitely some silly moments, though. I'd like to, I don't know where the comm started to take his walk, but it's a little bit interesting. I think it might have been a misclick, but, still.
Yeah, I think he went perhaps a little too far forward, but at the same time, if you can establish a proxy base with a commander, then that can be a really strong position because of the build capabilities of the commander.
Oh, definitely, yes.
But it's a bit of a risky strategy.
Like, if you go to 2620, when...
I've left the game.
Oh, okay, whatever. I thought we were going to review the game. Alright, sure.
Hey guys, it's Ghost here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like it, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and make sure to turn up that audio because we're about to kick it.
Goodbye. Okay, goodbye.